Welcome to your magic motherfucking moon message, y'all. We have reached the full moon. Moon in Leo, sun in Aquarius. Everything from here on out is just going to increase in dramatics. So prepare for the storm that's ahead. This is not a bad storm. I'm not going to say good or bad. This is just going to test your adaptability. Let me remind you that at this stage of Aquarius, given the degree that it's in the third decan, so after this week, all right, let me holler at you. Look. After this week, we're going to enter the most diabolical Pisces season that has ever Pisces ever. If you think I'm lying, just go to any Pisces sun, moon, or rising and just talk to them. Just look at what they doing. Just look at how they're like army soldiers on reserve, just waiting for the first move. I already said that it's just kind of strange. We haven't heard too much from these beings. Some of you think that they're still human. Some of you think that they're actually human, when really they're elite trolls. Okay, they like Aquarius are sent to be tricksters to humanity, or humanitarians, which is really the official word, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm not trying to villainize them. If you're a Pisces watching this, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You know exactly what we finna do in your season, next season, and all. Like, I found out too late. I would have snitched on y'all earlier. I found out too late. Next Pisces season is Poseidon's send-off. You have to understand, Poseidon takes about like 150 plus years to go around the zodiac. So this is the last year it's going to be in its home before it goes off in its journey. It starts to go into war in Aries. Remember, the last time we had civil war, Neptune was in Aries. It had just entered Aries. Aries is a battleground. So only Mars likes to be in Aries. Cuckoo. I mean, shout out to Mars. Mars is the shit. Horrible reputation. Horseman war. But yeah, not everyone likes to be in the fucking battleground. So like, this is the last Pisces season that Poseidon's gonna be home. They're all organizing a send-off party. Okay, within that 2012 to now period, you had certain planets go through there. You know what I'm saying? Kronos is the last one since 2023. Think of it as a dream ball since 2012, and Kronos was the last host. Aphrodite came through a little bit and kind of said her last goodbyes to Poseidon. She's gonna go into Aries. She's gonna retrograde back into Pisces with Mercury coming into like after April. They're gonna say their goodbyes, and then Neptune and Kronos are coming into Aries. New world order. Okay, Poseidon is not gonna be in his home for several years, for a century plus, a century and a half plus. Okay, so this is going to be the most diabolical Pisces season everyone on this planet has ever experienced. To the heights since we've had no one who is alive right now was born or alive the last time it left. I'm not saying this to scare you, because this isn't about fear. This is anything with Pisces is beyond every concept that we know. I'm just letting you know this next 2 weeks is going to harvest supernatural energy that you were quite literally destined to unlock since the eclipse we had back in March, April. And that's what brings me back to the beginning of this video. Everything we are experiencing right now relative to the sun's position, not in the constellations, because we're not dumb enough to think that constellations are zodiac signs. So I don't want to hear someone saying, but it's really in this in the imaginary space divided by the sun's ecliptic path and the Earth's celestial equator, giving us the Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn. We have the 360-degree ecliptic path of the sun that accounts for the calendaric system and the allocation of light. We give a couple extra days for leap years, yada, yada, yada. Okay, Aquarius is at the last decan. Diabolical ass Aquarius, by the way. Y'all know who you are. It's the sign of I know. Y'all know who you are. All right, Galactic Federation agents. Other than that, they're gonna tell you they not fed. That's crazy. At least Myron is open about it. But with that being said, I sound like I'm hating. I'm sorry. I'm just, there's a lot of energy in the air right now. This next 2 weeks, this Aquarius season is the completion of everything we started. If you look at life as a television show where we have 4 seasons in the northern southern hemisphere, but let's just say every year is a season, right? This season kicks off March 20th. All right, one of the most significant starts to a season was March 21st, 2020, where we had the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse activating in Capricorn. Capricorn is the 10th zodiac sign in 12 zodiac signs of 4 seasons. Capricorn is the 10th, 11th, 12th, 10th Cap, 11th Aqua, Pisces 12th. It is the end. Cap, Aqua, Pisces. March 21st, 2020, we activated the beginning of the end. That's why y'all who watch me, you're coming into a Geminian perspective that's directly connected to the universal source. Not in any way unlike how you're directly connected, but I'm just giving you my perspective. You're going to get the secret sauce. You're going to get the insight you're not going to hear on the news. The apocalypse cycle, whether you believe it or not, started. That was the beginning of the end. 2021 and 2022, we got to the middle of the end. This is the end of the end. This is a world-ending eclipse. I don't mean cataclysm. Apocalypse means unveiling. So since 2020, a lot has been unveiled, but it's nothing compared to this most diabolical Pisces season that we are going to have. Pisces! You knew all this would come down. You were telling us too. We thought you were delusional. I will never look at y'all at all ever the same again. Okay? I'm sorry. Anyway, we started this in Aries, and Aquarius is the completion. We are in the completion arc, all right? Every event you're seeing now, don't let the Gregorian calendar fool you and make you think it's the beginning of the year. The first 3 months of the year are the final ending scenes of the movie. Go back to everything March 20th. How are we concluding? Someone got inaugurated. Someone performed at the Super Bowl. This is the end of last year's movie before we start next year's movie. Well, this year's movie in March. All right. You don't have to see it like that. Trust me. So if you look at what's happening now as the completion, Aquarius is the zone of rewards, where now we know, updated relative to the previous year's event, where we belong. We're going to apply this into Pisces, review everything, shift our beliefs. The only thing about Pisces is the knowledge we activate in Aquarius form new beliefs that go back into Aries. We're going to apply these beliefs in the Aries season of who we believe we could be, and we're going to do it all over again. It's just we have never had such a unique concentration of placements in Pisces, making this a movie you watch, and then more lore is dumped after the movie is over. And you know that kind of trope where like the villain's dead, but not really? Yeah. Fucking retarded. So with that being said, okay, shout out to Ye and his social experiment. I don't know how people are still surprised at Ye's rants. He does this every time he's about to drop an album. It's not the first, second, third, fourth time he's gonna rant. All y'all gonna be like, he's making mean tweets. It's a Gemini thing. They said the same thing about Trump. Now look, okay? This is it. This is the harvest of all harvests before next month, which is officially the harvest of all harvests. It's just next month is so diabolical. It's going to change everything you've ever believed. So really take into account the past 2 weeks, the Plutonian activation we had January 21st is very historic. It's not something you may be able to sense now. Like the people who threw the tea at the Boston Tea Party, whatever, didn't know how historic a moment that would be. They didn't know that those actions would lead into a revolutionary war that would create an America that had race issues to where now I can talk, whereas in a period of time before, maybe I didn't have those rights, but now I'm able to flip it on its head and you know, argue about if I can go to the women's bathroom, but now that executive order is done. We had so many weird ass filler arcs, okay? This is something that is going to develop over the next 20 years. So this is the first full moon we are having since we activated Pluto in Aquarius with the sun. Last year we had Pluto Sun in Capricorn. So this is the first of its kind. The moon opposite Pluto is going to really account for this heightened sensitivity and more intensity I'm just feeling the energy in the air, because separation is an illusion. And so even though you see less than 99% of your own physical body and life, because we're all hallucinating and everyone's fucking delusional in a certain way as we argue our rendition of truth, even though none of us know fucking shit, but which is why we need to come together and resolve differences. But other than that, it's cool. This is going to give you your first harvest to now understand at the stage of Leo, because Aquarius is the writing development process. These narrators who just tell people's lives. If you've ever seen Stranger Than Fiction, that's the time they on. The Gemini or a Cancer is Will Ferrell, and then Aquarius is just, yes, and then this happened, and the only difference in real life, you know how in the movie, like, the author didn't know that he was wreaking havoc? They know what they're doing. Don't let these people pretend like they don't know. Their moniker is I know. Okay? I'm sorry, I sound like a bitch right now. I sound crazy as fuck. Look, it's just, nothing is really gonna be the same like it used to. This is a beautiful thing, but a full moon cycle like this, where we're gonna square Uranus at the end of Taurus, like, that's the most important part of this full moon. We having a crazy T-square. Okay? The sun just conjuncted Mercury. Your brain processing has caught up with your conscious awareness. It's gonna move forward. You're going to now process knowledge and beliefs before you're consciously aware of it. So just it's like Noah in his ark sending the bird ahead to see if there's land. That's the phase we're in right now. It's going to retrograde in Mercury in Aries. Once after we come out the eclipse in Pisces, that bird is going to come back and be like, quack, quack, the flood is over. That's another thing. That flood ride was 2023. We're coming out of that Noah's Ark ride, okay, into a brand new world order. Okay, so this is one of the most important sequences, I'm going to say, in human history. A large amount of me saying that is recency bias, but I'm going to pretend that that doesn't matter. All right. That being said, this full moon, that if you remember, Aquarius was you writing the new story of your book every year, but this year it's like a whole new book series. Let's say every Aquarius season up until now, you were J.K. Rowling writing all the different Harry Potters. Now this is a brand new book series. We're moving away from Harry. It might reference Harry Potter, but we're doing some new shit. And the reason why this is significant is the moon in Leo is going to help you understand how to perform the book you wrote in front of a crowd that wants to jump you mercilessly, because you're not holding your tongue and you're going to say things that piss off a lot of the crowd. But your mom did not raise a sniveling coward who's going to edit what they say because other people might not like you because you say things that they just don't resonate with. All right, you're not a loser. Okay, so you're gonna go out there on that stage, and if anybody runs up on that stage to hurt you, end their life, slay them with what you have activated over the past 2 weeks. We are in crazy periods like this. It doesn't matter what side you're on. Rep your fucking side and stand for what you believe in. That was the whole purpose of this North Node Aries. Everyone hated J. Cole because he apologized, but he said he had to walk his true path. That's the North Node Aries. Forget other people's opinion. You know what you have to do. Fast forward, now people are like, okay, we still don't like you apologize, but we understand. Don't let crazy crying, ranting, especially people on the internet, don't let them stop you from what God has revealed to you, because there's going to be more revelation on out, and we're going to begin to harvest, listen to me, supernatural, cosmic, advanced Aquarian energy you sowed the seeds for 2 weeks ago. And maybe 2 years as a Freudian. This is going to heighten your sensitivity. You're going to feel the courage of the strength as that 180-degree harvest opposite Mercury and the sun will link to your mind and consciousness. But that Uranus square in Taurus is just going to jolt auto nervous systems and functions in your Taurus physical body and 5 senses that will now make you more understanding of what's been happening within you that you might have been feeling in terms of increased stress and pressure. You're not crazy. I'm the crazy one. Trust me, I'm crazy as fuck. You're not crazy. You're just feeling this intensity and it's making you stronger. Take and make the most of this full moon and prepare over the next 2 weeks for what I personally believe will be the most diabolical season anyone in human history has ever faced. And the most diabolical part of it is it can go by peacefully. The events can happen under your nose and you'll think we really just chilling. Stay woke. That's not cool to say anymore, huh? All right. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.